Jason, in both the qualifications and here today in the finals, you look pretty cool and relaxed and just, this is sort of another day at the office in a way. Is that
yeah,
how
much.
It feels to you?
Yeah, it's the same old thing year after year, so I'm pretty used to it and pretty comfortable with it by now.
When you were getting ready for the final today, how were you preparing? What was going through your mind?
I'm not even too sure. It's just I was very relaxed. I wasn't, really focusing too much on the task at hand, just because I was comfortable with my routines. I was comfortable with the warm up, and everything was just going smoothly. So I wasn't too concerned. I was just in a good place at the time.
You take the Canadian Championship sometimes as really just a really good place to almost train in a way for the big meets, the World Cup meets and the World Championships?
I think of it like that, but I also, maybe I take it a little bit more cautiously than I would other meets, just because it's it's sort of a pride thing. I want that title, I really want that title, and I want to keep my record up of getting consecutive wins in a row, so it's sometimes I'm a little cautious here just to ensure that it all goes well.
Refresh my memory about the 5 consecutive titles and where you rank. Is that the all-time record now?
I don't believe I've got the all-time record. I think the French competitor, Mike Green, had won 6 or 7 in a row, so I'm approaching his record at the time.
Now, at this stage in your career where you've done so well, you've got that Olympic medal in Beijing, does it become a mental thing to really always want to have that mental edge when you're competing, and does that get harder to stay on that mental edge when you've been around so long?
Yeah, it definitely does, just because I've been at some of the bigger meets, and now the national championships don't seem as important as they did to when I was 14 and I hadn't won a single championships. It's definitely a little more difficult to really prepare my head and my mental state to compete at these meets.
Now, you mentioned the other day as well that you were going to go for the degree of difficulty record again at the next World Cup in Switzerland. Are you starting to think ahead now about that, now that this competition's over?
Yeah, I was thinking about that even before this competition had begun. I've been training it for the last couple of weeks, and I've been preparing it ever since Australia. So, I'll get back to the gym, and I'll have 3 or 4 days at home where I'll train that really, really well and do it a lot, and hopefully it'll go well for me.
And once you get that record again, what do you keep doing with that? Do you always want to be sort of pushing it steadily a little higher, or you just get it in 1 year and then say, okay, I've done it for this year, now I'm not going to worry about it anymore?
That's usually the plan, is just go for big leaps. That's what I was hoping to do in Australia, but it didn't work out as well. So now when I go to Switzerland, I hope to add 8/10 to that record.
Okay, great.